Hey guys, good morning. Hope you are doing well. So today I'm starting Angular component lifecycle hook. So the thing is, I would like to let you know that how that any Angular component lifecycle work as we work on ASP.NET application. ASP.NET application like pages have also lifecycle pre-init, init, and etc. There are many events are there. So I would like to tell you how I'm going to explain you. So first I will give you a overview of how any single individual component lifecycle work. First part 1 will be single component life cycle, and this part will be on basically on theory part. So then part 2 I will make that complete practical part on this. So I will make a demo on this as I will explain in part 1. So let's start with the part 1. Single component, any component life cycle. So how does first event of life cycle is known as a ng on changes. Then second event is known as ng on init, and third event is known as ng do check. Fourth event is known as ng after content init, and fifth event is known as ng after content checked. Sixth event is known as ng after view check view init. Seventh is ng after view checked, and last event of any Angular component lifecycle is ng on destroy. So as already I have made this hierarchy, this is the sequential execution of all these events of component. So there is one more action occurred on before to all these events, so that is known as a constructor. So basically constructor is a part of type script, so it's not part of component lifecycle. So these 8 methods are parts of any Angular component lifecycle. Now whenever you will execute any component, if that component, I would like to tell you one main component which usually many users has doubt when ng on changes triggers. So ng on changes triggers only if you have used any input control in your component, like if any input control value is changed, data bound property change, then on changes will be fired. If your component do not have any input tag input properties input fields, then it will not trigger. Then directly after first will be constructor, then second will be init, and then do check and other rest of the methods. And initially this method will not be get called ng on destroy. This ng on destroy get called if you are moving one component to another component. I would like to show you. Suppose that you have a component this, and you are going to move from like this component to this component, then on destroy will be called of this component, only for this component. A second condition is what? If you are going to close or hide your current component, if you are going I'm going to close or hide this component, existing component, then on destroy event will be triggered. So but the thing is, if you are going to implement all this event, you need to if you are going to use all this event, then you need to implement interfaces also, which is an Angular core directive. So I would like to explain you which interface you need to implement for which event. So on changes interface, for this, if you are going to use ng on init, then you need to implement on init interface as it is. If you are going to use for this, you will use interface as a that would be more better. Now if you are going to use this, then you will use after content init interface. If you are using content check, then you need to implement after content checked interface. If you are using this, then you need to implement after view init interface. But if you are going to use this event, then you need to implement after view checked interface. For this, you need to implement on destroy. So this is the sequence of all any component life cycle. So in next part I will show you, if you have one parent component and parent component is going to use any child component, then what will be the life cycle hook for what will be the sequence of parent component and child component. And then I will then child component, what will be the life cycle hook for all this. So I will make a complete demo in next part. For I will explain as it is, like parent component and child component, and then I will make a demo how does execution work. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.